Right now, you are aware that you are reading this, but here is the question that has haunted scientists, philosophers, and mystics for centuries. Why are you aware at all? What is the thing inside you that experiences life? Science has mapped the entire human brain, and yet it cannot answer this one question. Consciousness is simply your ability to experience. The feeling of warmth when sunlight hits your skin, the pain of a broken heart, the quiet voice inside your head reading these words right now. It sounds simple, but here is what makes it the greatest unsolved mystery in all of science. We can explain almost everything about the human body: how the heart pumps blood, how neurons fire signals, how eyes process light. But we cannot explain why any of that creates a subjective experience. Why does seeing the color red feel like something? Why does music make you emotional? Why is there an inner world at all? Philosopher David Chalmers called this the hard problem of consciousness. And despite decades of research, neuroscience has made almost zero progress in solving it. The most accepted scientific view is that consciousness is produced by the brain. Billions of neurons firing together create the experience of being alive. This is called the materialist view. But here is where it falls apart. In the 1980s, neuroscientist Benjamin Libet conducted one of the most disturbing experiments in science. He discovered that your brain makes a decision nearly half a second before you are consciously aware of making it. Think about what that means. You believe you are making choices, but your brain has already decided before your conscious mind even knows about it. Are you really in control? Or are you just watching a story your brain wrote for you? Even more disturbing, scientists have found that patients who are completely brain dead sometimes report vivid, conscious experiences. Near-death experiences that are eerily consistent across cultures, countries, and centuries. Here is what is truly remarkable. While modern science struggles with this question, ancient civilizations had answers thousands of years ago. The Vedic tradition of ancient India described consciousness not as something the brain produces, but as the fundamental nature of the universe itself. They called it Brahman, the universal consciousness from which all existence emerges. In this view, your personal consciousness is not created by your brain. Your brain is simply a receiver, like a radio that tunes into a signal that already exists everywhere. The ancient Greeks had a similar concept. Plato argued that the soul, the seat of consciousness, exists independently of the physical body. The body is merely temporary. Consciousness is eternal. Even more remarkably, modern quantum physics is beginning to reach the same conclusions. Physicist Max Planck, the father of quantum theory, stated publicly, "Consciousness is fundamental. Matter is derived from consciousness, not the other way around." Today, there are several radical theories attempting to solve this mystery. The first is panpsychism, the idea that consciousness is not unique to humans, that every particle, every atom, every living thing in the universe has some form of experience, that consciousness is not something that emerges from complexity, it is woven into the fabric of reality itself. The second is the simulation theory, proposed by philosophers like Nick Bostrom, that our entire reality is a conscious simulation, that what we experience as the physical world is simply information being processed by something far greater than ourselves. And the third, perhaps the most unsettling, is the idea proposed by physicist Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff, that consciousness is not produced by neurons at all, but by quantum processes happening inside structures called microtubules within our cells. That your awareness is literally a quantum phenomenon connected to the deepest fabric of the universe. None of these theories have been proven. None have been disproven. The mystery remains wide open.
Here is what we know for certain. You are conscious. You are aware. You are experiencing this moment right now. And yet, not a single scientist, philosopher, or mystic in human history has been able to fully explain why.
The ancient Vedic sages said, consciousness cannot be understood by the mind, because the mind is itself made of consciousness. It is like an eye trying to see itself. Perhaps the greatest mystery of human existence is not out there in the cosmos. Perhaps it is right here, inside you, in the very awareness that is listening to these words right now. The question is not what consciousness is. The real question is, who is the one asking?